Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello. So if you could come and take your seats, please. These events are so fun because I know we all have a chance to reconnect in this incredible community. So it's wonderful to hear all the chatters and watch the hugs, everything like that. Well, good evening. And good evening. Why, thank you. And welcome to the University of Santa Monica, the worldwide center for the study and practice of spiritual psychology. My name is Licia Rester-Frazee. I think I know most of you here. And I'm a faculty member here at the university, as well as the managing director of programs, admissions, and marketing. And first off, I just want to thank you, and also thank you online for joining us tonight in a very special event, celebrating today's release of Ron and Mary's newest book, Remembering the Light Within, A Course in Soul-Centered Living. Thank you. I can feel the buzz in the air. So before we begin, I just wanted to let you know, I think you already do know that we're streaming tonight, and we're also taking lots of photographs to memorialize this event. So in case there's anybody here who's a little shy with that, if you want to sit in the back 2 rows near the sound station, that's kind of our no filming zone. So feel free to do that. Now, as I look around and recognize so many people, I see that many people here know and love Ron and Mary as I do. And for any of you who are new to the university and to Ron and Mary's work, you're really in for a treat. Doctors Ron and Mary Hulnick are true pioneers. They are worldwide leaders in the field of spiritual psychology, as well as teachers and facilitators of awakening in consciousness. And I know that many of us know that very deeply. They are renowned educators and the founding faculty and co-directors of the university, where they've been designing, developing, and facilitating transformational education for over 35 years. Both are licensed marriage and family therapists, and Dr. Mary Hulnick is a licensed clinical psychologist. And they also are the authors of Loyalty to Your Soul, The Heart of Spiritual Psychology, which is now available in 8 languages and 12 countries worldwide. And of course, tonight, we're all gathered here to celebrate and learn more about their newest book, Remembering the Light Within, A Course in Soul-Centered Living. I can say this is a very special book, and it was inspired in quite a magical way, which I know Ron and Mary will share about. So please join me in welcoming USM's President and Chief Creative Officer, Drs. Ron and Mary Hulnick. Have fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you. It's so great to be here with all of you gathered here at the university, and those of you that are also with us by the live stream this evening. It's just really a blessing to have your presence. So we're so grateful for that.
I was just thinking about what Licia said, and I realized I think I'm getting to the age where I'm not sure I like the word memorialize. I think to take that off the table is...
Yeah. Yes.
However, so yes, welcome everyone online. I don't know if he's on or not, but if you are, John, shout out to you.
Well, as we always do at USM, how about if we begin with the centering? Yeah.
Right? Yeah, let's do the whole thing, because there are new people, they don't know, so... So you might want to take the hands of the person next to you. I mean, spiritual psychology, so see, spiritual is in there. That's this part. Lord God of all creation, we ask just now that this room and everybody here, everyone online, that we all be filled, surrounded, protected, and infused and inspired with that living love that infuses all of mankind. And we are so very grateful for this opportunity to come together, to just share in that loving energy. And our fervent wish, Lord, is that thy will be done. So be it. All right. You're all now experts, whether you know it or not. For those who are not familiar with that, what we just did was simply an invocation to the Spirit and to the sense of compassion that resides in each and every person. So we just, you could say we just acknowledge that.
All right. Well, you know, it's so interesting to consider what to share with all of you about the book and about the process of the book coming into being. And really, this book was a result of the online course that we offered called Loyalty to Your Soul. And after the people that had subscribed to it completed, Licia and I were talking one day, and we were talking about, well, what could we offer them that would be the next level? And as we talked, we came up with this idea of doing something called 33 Days of Awakening, that we would create a little inspirational material, an activity that people could do every day for 33 days, and that it would be intended to support them in remembering who they are. So I began writing, and I would get up like at 4 o'clock in the morning. Spirit would wake me up. I would write. And I would send these to Licia, and we launched this program after we had about 10 or 12 of these created. And at that point, of course, I could not stop. I must continue getting up, receiving guidance and inspiration, and are creating this program.
I continued to sleep the whole process.
And Licia was an amazing partner in this process because I'd send her things early in the morning and she'd send me back some surprising message telling me what she liked about the next theme, and on we went and we completed it. And then this was like maybe in late June, and it so happened that Ron and I were having dinner with Agapi Sassanopoulos, who is a USM grad and author in her own right, and her sister Ariana, who at that time was editor-in-chief of the Huffington Post, and the four of us were just sharing about what we were doing, and one of the things that we shared was about 33 days. And they became very interested, and within a matter of maybe 2 days, Agapi came to USM and met with Licia and really took a look at the offering. And Ariana decided to offer it to a segment of the Huffington Post readership, which we did, and over 20,000 people signed up for it from 138 countries, which
Really?
was just amazing to us and very gratifying. So we ran that offering and received very positive feedback about it. And after that completed, I thought, well, now what are we going to do with this? And so I sent it to Reed Tracy, the CEO of Hay House, and I said, how about if we make this into a book? And he said, we would love to make this into a book. And so then the real writing began to really expand the content, to further develop more practices that people who engaged with the material could do. And so here we are. Now the book has life. It's been birthed into the world, and we'll see what Spirit has in mind with it. We're going to share a little bit from the book with you, and I'd like to start with the invocation, because to me it's an opportunity for you to receive the blessing that is a part of this, but also for all of us to extend the blessing to everyone who will receive the book and read the book. So this is the invocation. Lord of all creation, we call ourselves forward into your light and loving, and we ask that everyone reading this book be cleared, filled, surrounded, and protected by the pure light of living love. We ask that only that which is for the highest good of all concerned be brought forward. And at this time, we ask that Spirit place the blessing with you, the reader, the blessing of an open heart, the growing awareness of your essential loving nature, the willingness to awaken into the love that you are, and the courage to remember the light within. So be it. Yeah.
So, how many people here are either current or USM grads, current students or grads? That's pretty much the vast majority of people. So how many people were sure that I was going to do the goal line, soul line tonight? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. No. So here's the good news. Here's the good news. What we will share with you is a very, we just came on this way of talking about these things very recently, and so in a way you're kind of in new territory, but it's a very easy way to talk about these things to people who are not, this isn't second nature to them, it's kind of airy-fairy, mystical schmystical, but this, I think you're going to like this. So if we are talking about remembering the light within, the first question that comes up for people is, well, what's the light within, much less remembering it? I mean, those are valid questions. if I were going to buy a book called Remembering the Light Within, I'd like to have some idea what I'm talking about. So, USMers, what you've been waiting for, a simple way to talk about this stuff with people. Don't thank me now, wait till. So, most people on the planet, and let's just say an awful lot of people on the planet, a very large number of people on the planet, tend to see life in a particular way. And the way that they tend to see it is that something is going on out there. So I'm constantly involved in things that are going on out there. And so I start to think about my life as being all about what's going on out there. So out there is where you go to work, out there is where you have relationships, out there is where you do pretty much everything. What is less immediate, let's say immediately aware in people's consciousness, is while all this is going on, there's a whole other thing going on, which is called, we're calling it, in here. In here. So if you just think about this for a minute, what I think you'll see is that no matter what is going on out there, you experience it in here. You don't have the experience of out there. You're never the sunset. So all of life really is taking place in here. So another word then for in here is reality. This is where your reality takes place. In here. Where you have the experience while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing out there in the world. If this is reality, then what's going on out there really is an illusion. And by that, I don't mean it's not happening. What I mean is that to think that reality is what's going on out there is an illusion, because it's simply not. It's going on inside of you. Spiritual psychology is all about what goes on in here, because we get very little training in that when we go to school and grow up. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I never had a course in here 203. I never had that. Never had that. So it turns out, and you USM people, you know this, that when we start getting in here, we start dealing with the dimension of our experiences. And there are lots of things that we experience. We experience thoughts, we experience feelings. And one of the things we experience is this overwhelming experience that we refer to as love. Love does not happen out here. So if we start exploring this whole thing, which of course we have done and continue to do, we start exploring this, we come to find out that when we start focusing on the experiences, which we do in class, you have all kinds of experiences, new experiences, ones that you never even imagined before. So those experiences seem to have a direction to them. They seem to all move in the direction of this thing called love or loving. And as we have more experiences, of this that we call loving, we reach a point where it starts to become familiar. Like, I've been here before somehow. And we take it further, again, as you know. And the whole idea is, can we go so far with this that we go into the experience of ourselves as this, that this is our essential nature. The more we have that experience, the more we start to remember that this is our essential nature. And that's where the title, that's one of the ways of where the title Remember came from. We start to remember who or what is probably a better phrase for it, we truly are. Then there's another sense of it that isn't referenced in the way that the title appears on the page. But another way of looking at it, and again, in USM, we're famous for this. Take the word remember and put a dash in between re and member. We remember ourselves. We renew our membership. We remember ourselves into the community of people who are all coming into this realization at the same time. That process is known as evolution, and this is the biggest movement that is taking place on this planet at this time. I don't know how else to say it. We're in that process. That process has started. We see this reflected in the classes. One way, interestingly, young people coming in, they just know too much. Somehow, they came in with it. They move very fast.
Yeah.
And then there are those of us who are still working at it. So what Mary has done, and I want to be really clear, I want to give full credit to Mary Hulnick for writing that book,
Wow.
which is...
Thank you.
Which is why...
I need to have my say about that too. Because
you can.
Ron read every single word of this book. He wrote some of the words of it. He helped me clarify many parts of it, and you've been an incredible partner in this, Ron.
Well, thank you, but you wrote it. Which is why I insisted that her name go first on it. So, just so I'm not standing here all night talking about this, I like this because people can relate to it in a very simple way. And so we offer this to you as something that you can take out as value received this evening. And I'm going to take a piss. Came out. So that's my part of this. So remember, that's the essence of. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say. The process of doing this is not like you take a course in whatever you take, and then you're done with the course, and you know that now, and now you go on to the next course, which unfortunately, so much of the hype in the I'll call it the community of consciousness that is out there. Oh yeah, I took that course. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. I wish it did. I mean, it's like going to the gym. You have got to be continually working these things and looking for those places inside that are still not clear so that you can clear them and move up to a greater level of remembering of this. And this is why some of the things we're doing now are for grads, to give people the opportunity. My recommendation, and we wrote it in there, is this book is designed with 26 chapters. My recommendation to people is do one chapter every 2 weeks. That way, the course will take you a year to go through. If you do those things on a regular basis like it's set up, it will change your life. And if you want to just read it through first, that's fine too. So, that's all I have to say.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Ron. So I thought what I would share with you is a part of a chapter that's called Spiritual Crampons, Grit and Gratitude.
Now, how many people know what crampons are? Okay. For those of you who don't know, crampons are things that mountain climbers use in wintry territory. They have like spikes on the bottom of the heels, so when you dig in, you can go forward. So how many people know what spiritual crampons are? It's the same idea, except trudging through the awakening process.
All right. Awakening is not for the faint of heart. The process can be glorious, sprinkled with magical moments. No, actually, it's more like transcendental experiences of the soul and way better than the sugar high of your favorite toppings on frozen yogurt. And it can be arduous, rigorous, requiring tenacity, clarity of intention and purpose, and spiritual crampons. Oh my God, you might be asking, did you say crampons? Aren't those for mountain climbing? I'm not sure I'm up for that. Yes, indeed. Spiritual crampons will support you in gaining traction and altitude above the slippery slope of the ego's carefully constructed and chill crevasses of security, comfort, and control, which are designed to keep you in the fear and familiarity of your limiting beliefs and the negative self-talk to be endured in your uncomfortable comfort zone. Well, Ron and Mary, what else have you got for me that's going to prepare me for this seemingly daunting, albeit epic ascent, climbing the mountain of light, transforming issues, surrendering my illusions, and awakening into the majesty of my soul and singing my soul's song? Well, beloved one, it will be so helpful to consider that your soul is eternal and that your soul exists both here and now in the precious presence and also outside the confines of the illusions of space and time. Consider for a moment that your soul knows you and is already awake at the top of the mountain, joyfully sounding its call of love, its hymn to peace, its prayer of gratitude. And further, you are being spiritually supported, guided, loved, and protected as you climb. Do you remember the yearning? Yes, the holy longing that started all of this, the time when you got down on your knees and prayed. Spirit is answering your prayer to know who you truly are, to know the divine. Now it is not the time to lose heart. Close your spiritual eyes and beat a hasty retreat back to the comfort of your cave and your fantasies. As Rumi said, let yourself be silently drawn by the stronger pull of what you really love. Well, Ron and Mary, I'm thinking that's well and good, but where do I get spiritual crampons? I have a heavy load, and I don't even have any mountain guides to help me carry my stuff as I make the ascent. Besides, I'm afraid of heights. I get sweaty palms the minute I put my feet on the second rung of a ladder. And what about an ice axe? Am I going to need one of those? I'm not very good with tools. Ah, beloved one, do not be afraid. You don't need to find mountain guides, as you already have 100,000 angels by your side. They are willing to take the burdens of your unresolved issues, attachments, expectations, hurt, grief, and the suffering of your misidentification with your unworthiness, as quickly as you are willing to let them go. As for an ice axe, you have the heat from the hearth of your heart, radiating light and warmth in all directions to let you know that you are always at home. Beloved, your compassionate heart is so ready and willing to forgive your judgments so you can fly free, soaring on the wings of love. What you do need is to summon the grit within you, your indomitable spirit, your clear intention, tenacity, strength of heart, willingness to persevere and endure, resilience, courage, and determination. Climbing the mountain of light is a character-building experience. Gird your loins with grit and gratitude, and let's go on. The climb is not about ego gratification that comes from achieving something impressive to add to your resume. It's about nothing less than the radiant joy of awakening into the transcendent. All right. My mind chatter is busy with 100,000 questions. Never mind the 100,000 angels by my side. Where on earth am I going to find spiritual crampons? I don't even know what crampons look like. Do I need hiking boots? I apologize. I don't mean to whine. You were saying, shh, beloved, no worries. All that is necessary for your triumphant ascent is being provided. And it goes on from there. Great. Thank you. All right. Well, should we do a guided meditation?
Why not?
All right. So that's what we're going to do now, and just invite you to place anything that you may be holding that you'd like to place onto the floor. You can do that. And this is a meditation for remembering the light within. And I just invite you to take in a slow, deep breath and relax into the peace that is already present. And as you relax into the silence, you can gently close your eyelids, focusing your awareness in your heart, the wellspring of loving that resides within you. And we'll be playing some quiet music for you throughout this meditation. And when you're ready, Father, Mother God, Lord God of all creation, we call ourselves forward into the light of living love, the clear white light of the Holy Spirit, asking that any disturbance, any dis-ease, negativity, or imbalance, restriction, or limitation, misinterpretation, or misidentification, any shred of mistaken identification with unworthiness, any barrier that you've built against remembering the light within, remembering your essential spiritual nature, be released and taken up into the light in accordance with your highest good. And now, inwardly ask that you be filled, surrounded, and protected with that luminous light of living love. Come into the stillness, focusing your awareness in your spiritual heart with the intention of fully receiving Spirit's blessing that's here for you at this time. A blessing of remembering your essential nature, of experiencing yourself awake and aware as the presence of love. This blessing comes to you in accordance with your openness, your willingness to receive, accept, and partake of Spirit's love for you. And through the goodness and grace of the divine, knowing that you need do nothing other than simply breathe in loving and breathe out loving. Gently follow the rising and the falling of your breath. Experience the love that is ever present within you, for that is your essential nature. Remember, your eyes and the eyes of those around you are windows to the soul. They reflect the luminous light of the divine being within. I invite you to simply look with the eyes of your heart, to look through the eyes of love, observing, seeing, accepting, and remembering the beauty and majesty of your essential nature, your soul. It's time to remember. Time to remember that while you have a body, you are not your body. While you have thoughts, you are not your thoughts. While you have feelings, you are not your feelings. And while you have emotions, you are not your emotions. Who are you? You are a center of pure, loving awareness. You are a luminous light of living love. And now, take in a nice deep breath and let it go. And with your next breath, allow yourself to release whatever part of the veil of forgetfulness you're ready to release at this time, in service to remembering you are a divine, loving being. You are a soul living a divinely orchestrated life with an Earth School curriculum perfectly designed to support you in awakening unto the majesty of the love that you are. Breathe this awareness into every cell in your body and into all levels of your consciousness. For you are, in essence, living love itself. Peace be still, and know that you are loved. May you live your life in ways that foster your awakening and remembering the light within. Namaste. And when you're ready, please, you can gently bring your awareness back into the room. And I'm going to invite you to take just a minute or two in silence. And to look into the eyes of the person next to you. It's all right. You're mostly USM grads. Just invite you to experience the light of living love radiating from your heart, shining through your eyes, and shining through the eyes of your partner. Sometimes all we need to do to remember the light within is to slow down and take a moment to look deeply into the eyes of another divine being whose essence, just like yours, is living love. And that energy that's present, to me, is the presence of love. It's the presence of spirit, and it's the presence of love within each one of us. And when you're ready, you can bring that to completion. There'll be more time afterwards to do plenty of soul gazing.
All right, so we want to get with the business of doing the book signing and book selling and book booking, whatever.
And so we're going to ask Licia to come back up. We want to talk with you a little bit about a few things, and we have a strong intention with regard to this book. Our intention is to sell 50,000 copies within the first year. And
So if you just all buy 500.
Well, there is a gentleman by the name of Ken Fisher who graduated from Consciousness, Health, and Healing last year, and he's probably purchased and given away over 500
bucks.
copies of Loyalty to Your Soul.
He's a businessman, and everywhere he goes, when he meets people, he says, I think you would like this.
And I know a few months ago, I was at my manicurist. I'd just come into the salon, and this woman who I did not know was there visiting another manicurist, and she said to me, She said, "Are you Mary Hulnick?" And I said, "I am." She said, "I have read your book." And she said it was exceptional, just really life-changing for me. And I said to her, "Well, how did you hear of it?" She said, "It was given to me," and she mentioned the graduate's name. And so really you are ambassadors for the book as you are ambassadors for this work. And we just invite you to share it with those that you know and love, those that you perceive as ready to receive this.
And before Alicia says what she's going to say, because I don't think she has this.
No, let's do that right at the end, Ron.
At the end, you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. As I was saying, Alicia is going to share a few things, and then when she's done, I think I have an additional piece of information, but she may actually have it, so she should go first.
You know, and I realize there's one other thing to say. We've been told by Reed Tracy, he was the first one who said it to me. He said, if you have 1,000 5-star reviews on Amazon, your book will exist for at least 20 years. And so we would invite you, when you read the book, to go to Amazon and write a 5-star review.
Nice.
Whether you like it or not.
It's a very shameless request, but then part of what we teach is to ask for what we want. So thank you. Go ahead.
Well, I actually want to add to that. Really, you know, working so closely with Ron and Mary, I know that their heartfelt intention is that this work go out and really is disseminated throughout the world for those who are ready for it. And so having that 1,000 5-star review actually supports that. It really influences booksellers, book buyers, and the various parts of this industry that make those kinds of decisions. So actually, somebody who loves, you know, I love online activities, I'm really asking for you to join me in this online activity, which is really to go online to Amazon and just write that, because what it's going to do is it's going to support others who come across this book to say, wow, maybe I'll check this out. And every one of us who've worked in this work know it was someone else who made one choice on our behalf when we didn't know about this that changed our lives. So what better thing can we do for this world at this time than be ambassadors for this light and this work to go out to those who are ready for it? So the other thing I want to share, we are so delighted. Our friends at the Bodhi Tree are having a book signing as well to celebrate Ron and Mary's new book. And that is going to be this Saturday, and it starts at 7:15. I think there's supposed to be a slide up on this. And I don't know if everybody here knows, but the Bodhi Tree has come back, and it's amazing. Has everybody gone to the website? If you haven't gone to the website, do it. It is an exquisitely beautiful site, and I think you wanted to acknowledge somebody here.
Yes. Stephen Power, who is the CEO of the Bodhi Tree, is here with us this evening. Please stand up, Stephen, so we can acknowledge you. And of course, the Bodhi Tree is here this evening. They are the bookseller for this event.
Can you? Oh, great. Okay, so you can see it now. This is in their new location on North La Brea. So it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from here. If you know of anybody who is on that side of town or who didn't have the opportunity to come tonight, and those online, it will also be streamed as well. So we're all going to be there. We're going to have a lot of fun and join our dear friends at the Bodhi Tree in also celebrating this book.
And I promise I'll read something different.
I promise I'll give the same talk.
So another announcement, I am delighted to say, some of you know this, but we are gifting 4 bonus gifts with the purchase of the book. Now, what happens is that we were gifting those 4 gifts for the pre-order, but many people came and said, "Hey, I'm going to buy the book at the signing. Can I get the gifts?" Of course you can. Of course you can. So we're going to extend the gifts, the bonus gifts, which are 4, to this coming Monday, so that it extends through the Bodhi Tree book signing as well. So everybody who comes to that book signing will also get the 4 bonus gifts. These are exquisite meditations and podcasts. So here's how you do that for those of you who bought books tonight and want to get the gifts. You're going to go to ronandmaryholnick.com. That's the new author site. Shout out to our fabulous staff who created this beautiful site.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's very easy. You just complete the form, you fill in your name, your email address, and just say, when it asks you where you bought the book, just say either USM or Bodhi Tree. Either of those will work. And then you'll immediately receive an email with a link to where the bonus gifts are. Now, here's a tip. Because it's closing on Monday, you want to go quickly and download those assets immediately. So don't wait, because the page will be closing on Monday. All right, another fabulous opportunity for USM grads. How many grads are there out there? Oh, there's so many. Okay, you guys, do you know about the Advanced Spiritual Psychology 3-part workshop series? Yes? OMG, people. This workshop is coming in at an energy level that I have not experienced to date here. It is really coming in at a high level. And so I couldn't encourage you, run, don't walk to this event, because it's going to be 3 months, so there's going to be an opportunity to go very deep. And given that you're all grads and it's for grads only, you're going to be in a community of people who really know how to work their process, how to go deep, and it's coming in at quite an exalted energy level. So I say, just really encourage you, if you are interested in participating in that workshop, please see either Shabnam, she's raising her hand right now, or Tammy or Ashley. Okay, stand on up, Tammy, so that you can just get to those folks and you can get your registration. It's going to be an amazing event. So the last thing I want to do, and this is a little off script, but I'm really called to do it, and I'm just moved already in this. Really, I just want to be a representative, Ron and Mary, for thanking you. For the incredible devotion that you have given to this work and to this world in doing that. And I know that everyone here joins me in thanking you on behalf of all of our lives that you have touched and transformed, and on behalf of the thousands and thousands of people who will be receiving this work.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. You know, I feel like we're just getting going. Really, I sincerely mean that. You know, on January 15th, I had a dream, and in the dream, I was shown the cover of the next book with the title, and it was very clear. And this dream went on for a while, because not only did they show me the cover, they were telling me contents. And so it's like...
I was sleeping.
And so I'm very excited about that and looking forward to really get underway in a substantial, committed way to the writing of that, because it's just a different level. What can I say? It's a different level of the message, and I think it's going to be very fun. It was a thick book. I wasn't so sure how I felt about that, but we'll find out.
Maybe it was big print.
Well, I don't know, Ron. But the cover was very dynamic, I must say. Say what? Ron will write that one, yes. He easily could. You know, there's somebody else in the room that I'd love to acknowledge this evening that was very instrumental, particularly, you know, as you start coming towards the home stretch with a book as an author, it's like you wonder if it's ever going to complete. You know, you feel like you're in this revolving door of page proofs, you know, and you look at them and they fix them and then they send them back to you and then you change more and this goes on for about 4 rounds. And God bless you, Nancy O'Leary, for helping me with that whole process. Thank you. Wonderful.
So if you haven't yet purchased your copies, and I did say plural, of the book, you can, the Bodhi Tree is selling them downstairs in the downstairs lobby. We also have refreshments down there, some fun stuff. And of course, Ron and Mary are going to be signing at the book. So if you go downstairs, the volunteers and assistants can guide you into the downstairs USM classroom where Ron and Mary will be signing. Thank you so much for coming and for.
I just
oh,
wanna
and you
add,
want? I didn't say it, right?
The books are already signed. What we'll be doing is personalizing them. So I just wanted to make that distinction. And then the other thing that Mary and I had noticed that the Bodhi Tree is also going to have an event on March 1st at the Skirball Cultural Center where Deepak Chopra will be coming up and talking with people. So I wanted to just make you aware of that. I think they can just go to Bodhi Tree and you'll be able to find it, I'm sure. All right, so
All right.
Anything else that you want to
No,
add?
just a big thank you for coming tonight, and
Thank
let's
you indeed.
have more fun.